Hello and welcome to this week's video. This week we are looking at words and phrases which are used when learning about the planets around us, how they interest us, and how we get people and equipment to them. Don't forget to like and subscribe and stay until the end to test your knowledge by taking our quiz. Anyway, let's get started with the first word. The first phrase this week is fascinated us. Well, we'll take a look at the definition along with an example sentence where we can find out how to use the phrase fascinated us. But firstly, let's look into how we pronounce this phrase. Fascinated us. Great. And again, fascinated us. Great. So let's move on to the definition. This is something which has attracted a lot of interest for ourselves and other people. So much so that people wish to investigate further. That's fascinating. So let's add to our knowledge by looking at an example sentence. Looking at the planets at night has always fascinated us, as we wonder what it must be like to be close to them. Moving on to our second word this week, this is Millenia. So I wonder what this word could mean. Well, let's review the definition and learn more with an example sentence in the rest of the video. But firstly, let's take a look at how we pronounce this word. Millenia. And again, Millenia. Fantastic. You've done really well. Now, let's turn and have a look at the definition of millennia. This is a time period which stretches over many thousands of years. 1 millennium is 1,000 years. Fantastic! So let's add to our knowledge of millennia by looking at an example sentence. For millennia, which is many thousands of years, the stars in the sky have interested millions of people. People, therefore, purchased telescopes. Our next word in this lesson is spacecraft. Well, we'll assess the definition as well as looking at an example where we can put spacecraft into a sentence. But first of all, we'll look at the pronunciation. Spacecraft. Great. And let's try again. Spacecraft. Fantastic. Well, we'll now delve into the definition of spacecraft. This is a vehicle which helps people or equipment get to and travel around in space. These travel around the Earth or to other planets. Fascinating. So let's learn more by assessing the example. The spacecraft, which first took humans to the moon, landed there in the 1960s. Today, there are new plans for spacecraft to take humans to the moon. Our penultimate phrase in this week's lesson is touchdown confirmed. Well, we'll assess the definition and have a look at an example of where we can place touchdown confirmed into a sentence. But firstly, we'll assess how we pronounce touchdown confirmed. Touchdown confirmed. Great. And let's try again. Touchdown confirmed. Fantastic. Now let's go on to the definition. This is when a spacecraft has just landed on the surface of another planet or on the surface of Earth. Data and radio messages confirm the landing. That's very interesting. So now let's learn how to put this into a sentence. Millions of people worldwide watched on TV when the first spacecraft's touchdown was confirmed on the moon. Our final phrase this week is mission operations. Well, we'll look into the definition as well as identify an example sentence for you to learn how to use this phrase in everyday life. But firstly, let's look into the pronunciation. Mission operations. Great. And let's try again. Mission operations. Fantastic. So now let's move on to learn a little more about the definition. This is the place where people and equipment are used to safely manage or operate journeys of spacecraft. That's great. So let's add to our knowledge of this by looking at an example. Mission operations helped the astronauts manage the problem on the spacecraft by sending data to repair the fault. Now it is time to test your knowledge with our weekly quiz to see how much of today's lesson you can remember. We will ask you 3 questions on the vocabulary we have learnt about in this week's planet video. Question number 1. What is another phrase for something which interests us? Would it be A, forgave us, B, fascinated us, or C, fortuned us? And the correct answer for question 1 is B, fascinated us. Question number 2. How many years are there in a millennium? Would it be A, 10, B, 100, or C, 1000? And the correct answer for question number 2 is C, 1000. Question number 3. Which place manages space missions from Earth? Would it be A, Mission Operations, B, Mission Team, or C, Mission Advice? And the correct answer for question 3 is A, Mission Operations. Let us know in the comments how you did in this week's quiz, and congratulations to you if you got all 3 questions correct. Thank you for joining us again today. If you have any questions about this video, or would like us to explain a term for you from any context, then please post your question in the comments box below. We are always happy to help. Don't forget to like our video to help us achieve more viewers and expand our channel, enabling us to provide you with an even better experience. Why not press the subscribe button and bell notification icon so you never miss one of our future videos. Next week we will be looking at words and phrases related to UK spring wildlife. Thank you once again for joining us this week, and we'll see you again next week. Goodbye.